Hello and welcome to another episode of Where to Fly TV. I'm your host, AJ. Today we're going with a new podcast style like the last episode, so feel free to give any feedback, critique, let me know what you think of it. But without further ado, I want to get into today's topic, which is all about restricting flight. More specifically, I've been reading on different forums, online, on different blogs, about how with a new update, when flying the DJI Spark, and I'm not sure about other DJI products, but when using the DJI Go 4 app, some people were having a pop-up show up that said they had to take an exam before they could fly. And a lot of people were upset, a lot of people were cheering, saying this is a good thing, saying it's a bad thing, saying it was illegal, saying all sorts of things. So I kind of wanted to talk about that, share my thoughts, and just kind of start a dialogue with the Where to Fly community. So basically, at the heart of it, the idea from my perspective, and I imagine DJI's perspective, is to make sure that when somebody who's never flown a drone before gets a drone, they go through, it's like a 5-minute exam, and the questions are pretty easy. Can go through this exam, and as long as they can understand the basic concepts of flying and flying safely, they can fly the drone. And if not, then they should probably read, maybe for half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, watch a video online about how to fly safely, then they can take the test or the little quiz before you fly, and then they'll be good to go. In my opinion, I'll share my opinion. I think it's a great move by DJI. And I think that it gives them a great kind of image with the public, showing how they're making sure that their consumers are protecting themselves and protecting others by knowing how to fly safely. And then 2, I think it'll in the long run serve the pilots themselves, because when they're flying safe, they aren't going to be hurting other people. Other people won't be getting mad at them. They won't be getting yelled at. And I just think it's good all around. And then here's kind of the other side. Here would be the critique to having to take an exam or a test. Some people were saying that it's a product that you buy from a store, paying $3.99 or $5.99 or whatever it is, depending on your package, and you're telling me that I have to take a test to fly it, and people were comparing it to a car. For example, when you go to a dealership, you get to BMW, they don't ask you to take a test when you buy the car to see if you can drive it. That's not their place, because they're not an agency of they're not the DMV, and they're not in charge of traffic policing like the highway patrol is. So that's the other argument, saying whoa, wait a second, why does DJI have any sort of decision over whether or not I'm allowed to fly? I'm a free citizen of the United States, and I should be able to fly a drone if I want to. And some people were even citing certain consumer protection acts, saying that this is unfair disclosure. And I would say possibly, maybe it's definitely not a bad idea for DJI to say take a 5-minute exam before you can fly. But seriously, I don't think that it's a big deal at all. I think people are kind of blowing it out of proportion, making it sound like when you buy a car, you don't need to take a test. But if it's a 5-minute, quick exam, and because there is no test or license required to fly a drone, I think this is a good kind of substitute. And I don't think that they're trying to hinder anybody from flying. Anyone who wants to fly can most certainly fly. They just need to take 5 minutes to make sure that they know the rules before flying. I don't think this is too much different than agreeing to terms and agreeing to the terms and services of any website you sign up to. You have to agree to, when you click the box, you've agreed that you've read the terms of service, you allow the website to collect certain data or whatnot. I don't see how it's that different, taking a short little test or exam that's going to require you to, double check that how you're flying. So from my perspective, the idea that, some people were even talking about someone should sue DJI over this, saying that they're not allowed to fly their drone because they can't pass the test. And to that I would say, if you can't spend the 5-10 minutes it takes to answer a few questions to make sure you know how to fly, you shouldn't be flying, 1, and 2, I don't think you'd be able to successfully sue DJI or would have the capability to hire somebody to sue DJI. Those are just my quick thoughts. It was just a quick kind of rant about what's happening in the drone market, the drone industry. Again, I think it's kind of a good move by DJI. I think that they're showing that they want to be held responsible in some capacity for their pilots, and they want their pilots that are flying DJI products to feel like they are responsible for the drone that they're flying. So those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear what you have to think. And then again, let me know if you think I'm just totally I'm on the wrong side of this. I'm very open to a discussion. Again, you can support the Where to Fly app on Patreon and get access to all these podcast episodes, blog posts, any content we put out 24 hours early, as well as tons of other perks. So there will definitely be a link in the description of this video or podcast for you to check that out. And as always, please feel free to contact me if you have any questions about the app or flying drones in general. All right, thanks for listening. Bye.